Hello everybody and welcome to the first edition of the Woke Olympics. The inaugural tweet has been sent out and the games are about to begin. I am sitting here joined by my co-host Tom. Tom, how are you doing today?
Well, John, it's a pleasure to be here too. It's always nice coming across the pond to join another teammate cheering on the Woke Olympics. Now, can I ask you a question? Why did they choose to go with the inaugural tweet and not the torch like they do in the regular Olympics?
So it turns out that was inspired by ancient Greek drawings, and since sometime in history the Greeks have done something we probably don't agree with in today's society, we decided to nix that and go with a tweet instead. It works well because that's where most of our competitors and viewers spend their time anyway, so.
That makes complete sense. And thank you once again, sir.
So for the first competitor, we have Bryson. Bryson loves Edgar Allan Poe poems, he loves tweeting, and he loves wearing his beanie. And for the next contestant, we have Dexter. Dexter does not like beanies, surprisingly, but he does enjoy wearing a nice hoodie. He enjoys Death Cab for Cutie, and sometimes he tends to dabble in trying to get people canceled online. What a fun hobby that is. Let's see how that helps him out today in today's contest for rage tweeting. And for the first event, we have rage tweeting, where each competitor will have 60 seconds to rage tweet the angriest tweet they can in response to a tweet we have dug up in the last 7 days on Twitter. Now, they must stay underneath the Twitter character limit, and they must do it within 60 seconds. Now, the tweet that they're about to respond to is a real tweet that we have found. Viewer discretion is advised. This tweet may cause serious physical and mental harm. Now, with that being said, let's see the tweet.
All right, Bryson is looking super strong right now. Bobby.
All right, and the buzzer has gone off. Let's see what we have. It looks like this victory is going to Bryson. Bryson, tell me this. How did you train for this event? And what was it like when you were 30 seconds into that rage tweet and you were starting to forget things you were typing? How did you handle that?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've been working very hard at just rage tweeting like day in and day out. It's been a little bit harder without Donald Trump in office, but I still feel like I'm able to get my time in when I need to, 8, 9, 10 hours a day, literally just screaming into the void.
All right, Tom, that was great rage tweeting. Let's see what's next.
And for event 2, we have the I'm Offended Sprint. Now here's what happens. Each competitor has 30 seconds to get as offended as they possibly can. And at the end of 30 seconds, the buzzer will go off and the judge will decide who is more offended. Now, beware, this is a sprint, not an endurance. They will need speed, they will need power, they will need a lot of delusion in order to get to the right mental state to become the most offended in 30 seconds.
All right, and they're off.
I'm so offended right now. I'm so mad. I'm so angry. I'm so offended right now. I can't believe you ever opened the door for me. Can you imagine opening the door for me? Do you think that shows that I'm really dramatic? I'm gonna have everybody back. What was it you in charge of? You can't believe I'm going to fight. Oh, I want to do this. What? You know, you're Irish. I'm really racist. I'm worse than Donald Trump.
All right, and to the judges. Dexter, how did you do it? How did you find the mental fortitude to get so offended so fast?
All right, first I just want to say thank you to Starbucks. Even though I had $200,000 in debt for a theater degree, they gave me a job behind the counter as a barista X. I'm still there today. $13 an hour, no health insurance, great job. It's the only reason I had money to participate in this event right now and have time to train and get as offended as possible and rage tweet 8, 9, 10 hours a day when I was off, not making coffee. Thank you, thank you.
That's great, Dexter. Thank you. Can't wait to see you again in the next event.
Couldn't agree more, John. Could not agree more.
Was that? Okay. Go on. That makes sense. I'll relay the message. Dish us in. Breaking news. It turns out something has happened that the inaugural event organizers never saw coming. Since Bryson won the first event and Dexter won the second event, we can now no longer have a third event due to equality. If somebody wins the next event, that means one person will lose. Therefore, this year's games are going to end right now after just the second event in an overall tie.
Yes, I had a fear this would happen, John. I had a fear this would happen.
Well, it's been a pleasure walking you guys through the 2021 inaugural Woke Olympics. I hope you'll join us next year. We may or may not have more than 2 events. Tom?
Well, John, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. And for the viewers at home, remember, until next year, being offended is more important than being factually correct. So get as offended as possible. Rage tweet at everyone you can rage tweet at. And let's make the world a more hateful place together.